Hi, Virgo. This is Eileen with your teen psychic tarot card reading. And now today is November 5th, so this is a general reading, and some of these things might already be unfolding for some of you Virgos. And the very first card we have is the Tower card. Now, since this is a general reading, some of these cards might resonate with some of you while others do not. When I'm doing a private reading, then I'm focusing in just on that person's circumstances. But when I laid out these cards, I'm feeling like maybe a number of Virgos are going through some stressful conditions. I feel like a lot of it has to do with relationship matters. For some of you, it might be business relationships. For others, it could be personal relationships. But I mean, there are a lot of good cards in here too. But I do get a sense that a number of Virgos have some kind of stressful things they're dealing with. And the very first card we have is the Tower card, and that's a major arcana destiny card. And the Tower card is telling us that for some of you Virgos, there's going to be an ending of some circumstance in your life. It could be a relationship that's just been okay. Now I'm tuning in on a psychic level as well as reading the meanings of the cards. This could be one person I'm tuning in for that I feel is a personal relationship where there's some big argument that takes place. And I don't want to say it's like I feel like in a lot of ways, the relationship has been overall positive and good, but you're dealing with someone, the other person that you're involved with, Virgo, feels to me that they have kind of an explosive temper or something. And they might tend to overreact. They might even I don't know if maybe there is something's going on where they've had too much to drink or that sort of thing. It just feels like this person has this temperament where all of a sudden they just might tell you off or something, and not just you. They can do this with other people, like they don't care. They don't care how they sound. When they if they get mad and they just say insulting things and they don't care. And whoever this is for, because it feels like this might be like one person in particular I'm tuning in for. I mean, really, I don't feel like you're that type of person, and but it feels like you have a nicer temperament and you've been tolerating this person, but you're better off without them, it feels like to me, whoever this is. And then some of you might have just been in some other kind of relationship situations. Some of it might be business, some of it might be a job, because I'm getting different scenarios for different people. And I feel like it's not necessarily a big shock or a big surprise when something just fizzles out and it comes to the end, that it hasn't been good for a while. That's what I'm feeling for some of you. Now, some of you have been in relationships where it's just been draining. It's been a drain being in that relationship. And this could be for male or female. Okay. It's like you're going along and it's like, ugh, how much longer can I live this way? And then for others of you, it might actually be a job you've been at. And it's like, oh, all right. I mean, I'm coming to the end of the year. I've got to get a new beginning. This is not working for me. So some of you might finally just get where you just feel like you've had enough of some situation, whether it's a personal relationship or a job. And for some, I feel like even some living arrangement that you've had could be a place where you've been living, or maybe you've been living with someone. And it's just, to me, it just feels like it's been burdensome. And that's a good way to tell if something's really good for you. When you just feel like you're burdened by it on a regular basis, that's a pretty good sign that you're not in the right situation. You need something a lot better that helps you to feel free and just shed the heaviness, shed the heavy burden. And so it feels like some of you, it's like, oh, I wasn't really ready. I wasn't really ready to make this change yet. But it's just that's the way life is. Life just forces change upon us sometime, whether we feel we're ready or not. It's like, well, life says get ready. And I mean, that's just the way it is. Things just happen sometime and it becomes clear that it's time to, okay, cut your losses, move on. And then after you go beyond it and move away from that situation, whether it's a personal relationship or a job, a place you were living, it's like, oh, the burden's been lifted, thank God, you know. And then the next card you have, this is a good card actually to follow this because it's the Strength card. This is another major arcana card. And the Strength card is saying you're going to have a lot of inner strength in the month of November to deal with whoever you have to deal with. And you're not going to have to be forceful about it. You can just quietly, peacefully state your feelings, state your position, your whatever it is, your viewpoint about something, and come across very convincing, very even authoritative for some of you. Like, I feel like people will listen. They'll look at you, respect what you have to say. They will listen to you and know that you mean business. Now, if it's some hateful character that from this tower situation, well, maybe not that person, but I mean people who have a who are reasonable in their way of thinking and dealing with things. This could be like in a work situation, let's say. Let's say at work that you are wanting to get your ideas across. Maybe you want maybe you're working on a project with others in the workplace and you have some really good ideas and you can be really good about getting your ideas across, people paying attention, listening to you, or you might be applying for a job. Same thing. People are going to take you seriously, and you're not going to have to be aggressive or pushy about it. And so this is a really good card. It's just showing a calm inner confidence, inner strength that you're going to have. This energy is there with you. So even though I'm seeing some swords, you got the tower, you've got some stressful things going on. And for some of you, this is a general reading. So some Virgos won't be affected by the more negative sword energy or whatever, but for others, you may be. And with this strength card, this is a major arcana. So these other ones are more like minor arcanas here. Well, the tower is a major arcana, but it just means it's time to rebuild on solid ground here. But with the strength card, you can overcome the challenges you have to deal with, and you don't have to get all excited about it. You can just remain calm, state your position very clearly, and just feel confident inside of yourselves. And you're going to have to remind yourselves of this energy that's here for you in for those Virgos who are getting stressed out about some situation in your life in number, whether it's a relationship matter that's upsetting you or some business work related thing. Sometime at work, you might have people that are really disagreeable. It's just making you feel like you're not wanted, like you don't belong there. Whatever it is, remember you have this strength energy in you to just stay calm, be confident, and be secure in yourself, knowing you're on the right path as you move forward. And then the next card we have is the Eight of Cups. And I feel like, again, this is tying in with this Tower card. Eight of Cups is talking about, now, typically the cups do relate to the water signs of Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, and feelings. They relate to feelings and emotions and love. And the Eight of Cups is talking about a number of you Virgos moving on from some situation. And so, since the cups typically do relate to love and feelings, it might be a personal relationship, a romantic relationship, maybe even some friendships, maybe with people you thought were your friends in the past, and you come to find out they're not such good friends after all. You know, maybe they've talked behind your back or haven't been loyal to you in one way or another. And but I feel, and for some of you, it's a work matter. It's some job you were in, and at one time, whether it's a personal relationship, a job, maybe a place you were living, at one time it seemed to be really good for you. Like you enjoyed it. Maybe you enjoyed the people you were around, or the relationship you were in, or the job. And maybe if it was a job, the money was good. If it was a personal relationship, you had fun, you laughed, you enjoyed yourself, and you felt like you were in the right place at that time and things were going well in it. And as time went by, it's kind of like you outgrew it. Whatever it was no longer so glossy looking as time went by. It's more like it looked more tarnished to you. Like, no, this is not right for me. I need something much better than this. So you were let down. You were disillusioned in some way. So I feel like people just started showing more sides to you, or the situation showed more sides that were a little, maybe a little dark and not so nice. And you've just decided, I don't need this. I can do a lot better for myself. So you're moving on. You're looking out over the horizon for what lies ahead to move on. And I don't get fear here. I get confidence and calm, which this strength card is helping to give you anyway, and looking out over the horizon to where else you can go from here, whether this has to do with a job, a place you've lived, another romance, relationship. You know you deserve better. You know you're qualified for something more and something better, and you're ready to move on with a sense of freedom. That's what I'm feeling like. You're not feeling that heaviness, the heavy burden that maybe if you were experiencing the tower energy you were feeling before. So, and now here's one of the more stressful cards, the Nine of Swords. This is talking about some of you Virgos in the month of maybe losing sleep, worrying and stressing over something. And this, let me see what I'm getting here. I'm feeling, I don't know, this might be one or two or few people I'm tuning in for on this level here, that for some of you it's a work, it feels like a work related situation, or if not work, it'd be people that you know. For some people, it might be so-called friends, people you thought were your friends, and you find out they're not your friends after all. And then even in a work situation, maybe they were nice to you at some time and at some point in the past. Whatever it is, it feels like people betraying you in some way, or almost like they're against you, and you feel like you just definitely don't fit in with these people, and you don't belong around them. For whoever this might be a few Virgos. You're around a group of people who are very negative, and even some of them are even hostile. They're just bitter, kind of hateful kind of people. Some of them, their hostility has it kind of, they get carried away with it. It's almost like they think of themselves as a leader or something, and they're going after that person. So this reminds me of something maybe in the workplace, or maybe around where you live. Maybe I don't know, people around where you live, or even people you've been around that maybe you're acquainted with. Um, Maybe not real close friends, but acquaintances you spent time around, a little time around or something. But it's like you don't fit in with this crowd, is what it boils down to. And thank God you do not. So, and you feel like such an outsider, but they act like you're their enemy, some of them especially, even though I don't feel like you've done anything to them. It's the hostility. Some people just have this hatefulness in them, and they want to be hostile. It's oh, jealousy. Jealousy is coming to mind too. For some, especially one in particular, seems to be kind of a leader here, maybe one or two or three who are standing out stronger. I feel this jealousy, almost like they want something that you have. And they want to look at you like you're nothing, you're nobody, like they just want to step all over you. But you don't need to allow this. See, the swords are not touching the person, okay? So you need to just disassociate and just get away, extricate yourself from whoever these people are. If it's a work situation, you're better off moving on and finding another job. You need to find a job before you quit your one job, of course, but just start making your plans quietly to yourself to move away from this situation, and then just disconnect at whatever time that it's practical, that it works for you. Okay, like if it's a job, quietly find yourself a new job for the new year. And once you have something that you're happy with, then just give your notice and go. If it's some kind of personal relationship with people who are supposed to be your friends, well, just stop associating with them. Whoever, however it is, extricate yourself and disassociate, and do not be confiding in any of these people, because some of them have been very deceptive, two-faced, deceptive. So there were times when maybe some of them acted like they were more your friend or something like that. That's what I'm getting. Next card we have, well, this is appropriate following this. the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords is talking about being able to rest. Here, you're not getting any rest because you're staying up worrying about this. Four of Swords says, okay, you got to rest after what you've been through. So, so it's like, okay, yeah, I know those swords are out there, but I'm going to stop and rest. I need to recuperate. I need to build up my strength again. I got this strength card in favor, and remember, I got to use it to my advantage. But for right now, I need to take some time to disconnect from all that stuff because I know that doesn't resonate with me, those kind of people and those circumstances. But I still have to deal with it. So I'm going to stop and rest, recuperate, regroup, make plans for how I'm going to proceed, looking out for myself, protecting myself, and moving on into a better time ahead. That's what you need to be doing. So that's an appropriate kind of card to follow this. And then again, the Two of Swords, talking about some of you might be having trouble making a decision. Let me see what I'm getting here. All right, this is what I'm getting. This might just be for a few people. I'm not sure, one person. Because this does have to do with not knowing which to choose, making some kind of choice and just feeling she's got the blindfold on, but she needs to remove the blindfold and just take her power back. And really, in all of these, you've got to take your power back. Don't feel vulnerable. Don't feel weak. These people, whatever negative energy they're putting out at you, that's all going to come back to them like a boomerang. You know, that's karma. They'll get their karma when the time comes. And you don't even have to know about it, but it will. You're innocent here, I feel like. You need to just feel strong, feel confident, and take your power back and just decide you don't need to be around people like that and make your plans. Two of Swords, again, remove the blindfold and look at things objectively. But also, what I'm getting here are some relationship matters for some of you, where this is more about not knowing who to choose, that you might be in some kind of romantic relationship with. And you've got two people wanting your attention. I'm getting that for somebody, maybe a few of you, where you just can't decide. You've got two. And it's like there's traits you like in each one. Let me see. One of them, now this might be one person I'm looking at here. I feel like this is a female Virgo, and you've got two guys that maybe you're going out with both, or maybe there's one that you've already been seeing for a while, and there's another one. Maybe you've known the other guy, but you haven't really dated him too much, or maybe you have here and there. Whatever it is, they feel like the other one feels like they're in a weaker position and the one that you've been around, and you really do seem to identify with that one more. That seems to be the stronger connection. What am I getting here? The only thing I feel like with the one that you've already known a while, I get kind of a feeling from that guy. And I feel like he's not always telling you where he's been or what he's up to or something, but yet he likes to be in charge of everything and run the show. And you're okay with him, but you're not sure. Sometimes you step back and you're just not sure if this person's right for you. Then there's another guy who's more of a nicer guy, more low key and easygoing, and you like him as a person and a friend. You're really not sure if he's the right one. You feel some connection with him too, though. So this sounds like I'm being specific for one Virgo. I mean, really, and your truth is, you don't have to choose one or the other. You could back up and wait. But I do feel the one you've been around that comes across kind of, you tend to, maybe you're already in kind of a routine with that one. You tend to already identify, you're kind of accustomed to his personality, even though you don't feel he's perfect, but you're kind of accustomed to his way. But, you know, you don't have to make a decision for sure about either one of them. Anyway, and for other people, you might just be trying to make a decision, whether it's about a relationship, a job, a move. All you need to do is take the blindfold off, step back from your circumstances, look at it as objectively as you can, and use your intuition also. So, and you've got over here the High Priestess, which should be helping you with your intuition in the month of November also. And then we have another sword card, the Page of Swords. And the swords do relate to the air signs of Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Page of Swords. Now, sometimes this is talking about some kind of disappointing news or something, but what I'm getting here more so than that, because I feel like some of you, whatever you end up dealing with, it's not no, there's no big news. It's like it's already been ongoing. You know what you're dealing with. But what I'm getting for some of you is this Page of Swords is a person who's around you in the month of who's very deceptive. They're sneaky and they're gossipy, very jealous of you. They try to even look good when they're around you because this their insecurity. They're very insecure. They try to come across like they're confident and they have it together. I feel like this person might try to dress a little nicer or look a little better, a little more put together when they're around you. It's almost like they're trying to conceal the fact that they're very insecure deep down. They don't want you to know it. But I feel like you already look at the I don't feel like you have any big strong feelings about this person one way or another. You see them, you're around them. I don't know if this might be for some of you, it might be somebody at work. For others, it might be somebody that associates with your friends and they're kind of part of the same group. For others, it could be somebody around where you live or even a relative for that matter. It could be a relative for some of you. But they're so jealous of you. I feel like they get a little obsessed. They tend to feel like your life's just a little better than theirs are. You're a little happier than them, or somehow you haven't had the tough breaks they've had, or something. They've got this idea in their head that life just seems to fall into place a little easier for you. That may not be true at all, but that's what's in their head. They tend to feel like somehow maybe I feel like for some of you, they feel like you're better looking than them and they're jealous of you for that. This person is gossipy. They lie. If they whatever information they know about you, they like to gossip behind your back. And they'll stretch the truth, they'll bend it, they'll lie, they'll, maybe make up stuff. They want to put you down, but they don't want to do it to your face so much. They want to in front of you act like they're okay with you. I mean, for some Virgos who have this person in your life, maybe they're a little sarcastic or a little catty with you if it's a woman or whatever. I'm not sure. But I feel like this is for a handful of Virgos. This is for a number of you have this person around you, a number. They can't make any big impact on your life. It's just they're an annoyance. So if you whoever Virgos you're recognizing this person, I mean the best thing you can do, give them as little information about yourself as possible. Be as brief, or whether it's somebody at work, in the family, a relative, a neighbor, or a so-called friend, acquaintance, whatever. Don't give them any more information about yourself than you absolutely must in dealing with them. And it's best to avoid them because they'll take any little tidbit of information they know about you and go and twist it and make it into something it's not. So no use wasting your time with them. And you cannot trust them, even if they're trying to act like, oh, well, you can tell me, and maybe act like there's some sincere person looking at you wanting to get some information. Just stop yourself. Don't feel lulled into a sense of security with this person. And I feel like most of you, you're going to know who this is. I think you probably already know who this is. Okay. So you can know, don't even waste your time dealing with this person if you can avoid them. Next card we have is the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups, this is good because now the cups, again, they relate to the water signs of Pisces, Scorpio, and Cancer. And the Two of Cups, this is talking about a nice romance for some of you Virgos. And what I'm getting really big time here is some kind of relationships. Either you're already in a romantic relationship with someone that you were together with in a previous lifetime, or you might meet someone very special that you're supposed to have in your life this lifetime who's from a previous lifetime. It feels, if you meet someone special, it's almost like love at first sight, or love just as you're getting to know each other. It's almost like you're, in some ways, mirror images. I mean, you could look completely different from each other, but when you're talking and communicating in each other's presence, it's like, wow, we're both on the same page. We're both just, it's just a really nice connection. Like it just clicks. And I mean, you can't put a price tag on that. That's not something you can manufacture. Either it's there or it's not. And I feel like for some of you Virgos, that's what you have in. Some of you are already in this relationship. And so it's a happy, pretty smooth relationship. I mean, everybody gets a little argument or disagreement or something here and there, but overall, really good quality relationship. And now, for some of you who meet this person, it just feels like you're just drawn to one another. You're just drawn. And this could be, I mean, members, a month of holidays and social events and parties and whatever. You could just be around this person at some social get together where you're just drawn to one another, and you just start talking and you just both feel like you're in the right place at the right time. You might start out as friends, even, although I don't know, I get a lot of romantic interest. I get a lot of romantic attraction on both sides. But some of you could start out as friends, but the friendship it kind of moves on to something more meaningful pretty easily and naturally. And some of you who are already in this relationship and enjoying it, some of you might even be having a business together with your intended. So I'm getting a lot of good energy. So there's some really good energy here. You've got some stressful cards for a number of you Virgos that you got to be dealing with in December. But you know what? You may as well get all that out and let the negative stuff come to the surface. If that's you that has to deal with these the tower or sword cards or whatever, let it bubble out and get rid of it and be ready to make a new bright beginning for the new year anyway. Let it close out, or at least make up your mind you're moving away from those situations. If it's somebody at a work at a job, where you can't just pick up and go, you got to wait and line up something else that you like to go to. But okay. Next card we have is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Pentacles now, this does relate to the earth signs of Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So this is one of your cards, Virgo. And so the Queen of Pentacles is someone who's successful and prosperous. The Queen has worked hard to attain what she has. She's very business minded, very detail oriented, meticulous, and she's aware that she's got a lot to be grateful for. So a lot of you Virgos, by the end of November, you might be embracing the essence of the Queen of Pentacles and just feeling grateful. And it's good to always feel grateful for all that you have, because what that does, it sends a message to the universe to bring more of the things you're grateful for, rather than worrying about negative people who just want to be hateful or gossipy or whatever. Don't focus on them. They'll get their due. Focus on the good in your life, because you have a lot of good energy here. Focus on all you have to be grateful for. And the end of the year is as good a time as any, but really every day of your life, be grateful for all the good you have so the universe can open those doors to more. And always identify with being prosperous, being free. You don't want to feel like you're imprisoned by some difficult scenario. Feel free and make up your mind you're going to be free of negative relationships, especially going into the new year. You don't need that. They need to hang on to you. It's almost like they thrive on that. It's almost like they want to just drain you. But you need to be free of that and let them thrive off of one another instead with all their negative energy. Um, so a lot of you Virgos, you're going to be feeling good by the end of the month, by the end of the year here, and celebrating your holidays and feeling prosperous and enjoying what you have. And what else did I want to say here? Now, for some of you, this Queen of Pentacles figure, I feel like, is also someone that's going to be in your life. I'm feeling in a work situation for some of you, and she is going to benefit you. Okay, so this might be a manager where you work or an owner of a business. It could be that you currently work for this person and they've been watching your work and they like the work you do. I just feel like this person is approving of you, whoever this is for. Now, this might be a few Virgos, I'm not sure, that they're in the workplace and they're going to benefit you in some way, or maybe you've already benefited from this person, and but they're open. They're very open and receptive to you. That's what I'm getting. Okay, going forward. I mean, you never know. Maybe this person's giving you some kind of end of year bonus or something in your job, or for some of you, if you're applying for a new job, this Queen of Pentacles figure could be the person making the decision for you to get the new job and to get hired, or for a promotion. I'm just feeling benefits from this person. For those of you who have the Queen of Pentacles, as a person in your life by the end of her. And then for others of you Virgos, I feel like you'll be embracing the qualities. That'll be you. Okay. And the last card we have is the High Priestess card. And this is another major arcana card. And the High Priestess card is talking about things going on under the surface that you're not being made aware of. So you need to use your intuition, and your intuition will be stronger in. And I feel like in a lot of ways, this might be tying in with some of these issues with negative people, like this gossipy person here, or maybe something from the tower energy. But you can benefit yourself because the high priestess seeks knowledge, and the high priestess uses her intuition to look beneath the surface, dig a little deeper. Let me see what I'm getting here. I feel like for some of you by the end of the month here, you might be involved in some kind of business dealing too for someone, maybe a few people, I'm not sure, and they're not giving you all the details. Could be you might be purchasing something. You could be buying a car, buying a house, or who knows what, leasing a car. I'm not sure. Just pay attention. If they don't give you all the details, don't make a decision until you know all the details. So you dig deeper and don't just accept something. Because I feel like somebody's going to be, this might just be a couple of people or a few people I'm tuning in for, that somebody's going to be trying to get you to agree to something without providing all the information about it. For somebody, it might be even a romantic relationship. It might be somebody who's married and trying to get you to start seeing them, and they're not telling you they're married. It could be even something like that for somebody. But also, I'm feeling for some of you in the business sense, it could be that type of scenario where they are not giving you all of the details. And whatever this is, you back away, you do your digging and your own research so you can get the details on a situation, and don't make any decisions, whatever it's about, until you know what's going on. Okay? Because you're going to have the intuition here. This is another major arcana card where you're going to have intuition and knowledge about things if you listen to your own intuition. But just do your own research too, into people, situations, whatever it is. Now, this deck I've been using, this is the Gilded Tarot by Shiro Marchetti. And what I want to do now is I'm going to pick one card from the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Time. And if you like videos, be sure and subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when I post new videos. And if you haven't subscribed, if you have already subscribed, I thank you for your subscriptions. And also feel free to leave your comments. I welcome your comments. Let's see. Be sure and check for your rising and moon signs too. A lot of them are posted now. I still have a few more to do. Okay. And if anyone would like a private reading, my rates and contact info are listed below. Okay, so I'm going to pick one card from the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Radley Time. Okay, fanned them out. Wait, I want to shuffle these some more. I was shuffling while I was talking. We should do a little more shuffling. Okay, what's the message for Virgo 14? Virgo. What's the message for Virgo 14? What's the message for Virgo 14? Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and fan these out. Okay, let's see this one. This one says of autumn. Take steps to ensure the financial security of your children or other loved ones, making wise investments or planning for retirement, honoring family traditions. Well, family traditions, that's a good month with your holidays and everything that you celebrate, honoring family traditions. And then your finances, that makes sense to be planning for your financial security, especially going into the new year. It's good to look ahead. Okay, so that's a good message. And then next, I'm going to pick one card from Nature's Whispers by Angela Hartfield with artwork by Josephine Wall. Okay, what's the message for Virgo? 18 Virgo. What's the message for Virgo? 18 Virgo. What's the message for Virgo? 18 Virgo. 18. Okay, one more shuffle and I'll fan them out. What's the message for Virgo for 2018? Okay, this one says show your support. That's number. The image, there's so much detail in these cards. And I'm going to look this up in the booklet too. Okay, number, show your support. Look this up. Okay. Okay. Show your support. Take time to encourage a colleague, coworker, family member, or friend. Be a strong shoulder or willing volunteer to run errands. Provide a safe space for another's concerns and feelings to be discussed, and be a good listener. Jump in on providing extra time. Sponsor someone else's work. Share in someone's success. All of nature continually shows us the value in creating a strong network. The trees provide shelter and support for different inhabitants. We are a community, and when we support each other, everyone gains. Well, that's good advice. That's a nice message. Okay, and then last but not least, I'm going to pick one card from Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue. Okay, so what's the message for Virgo for 18? Virgo, what's the message for Virgo 2018? Virgo, what's the message for Virgo for 18? Virgo. Okay, I'm gonna fan these out. I'll give it one more shuffle and then I'll fan them out. Virgo 18. This is Angel Layla. Is it Layla or Leela? Leila. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. Oh, that's a really good message. I like that advice. Angel Layla. Spend time alone in nature, meditating about your desires and intentions. Ask the angels to help you gain a positive perspective. That's always good advice. Okay, Virgo. Well, I hope you're happy with your reading for, and be sure and check your rising and moon signs. Most of them are posted. I still got a few more to do this week. And feel free to leave your comments. I welcome your comments. And thank you for your subscriptions. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure and subscribe so you'll be notified whenever I post new videos. And if anyone would like a private reading, rates and contact info are listed below. And have very happy holidays this Virgo, with whatever holidays you like to celebrate. I wish you happy holidays and a happy new year. And thank you for watching the video.